Welcome to Faraway village, where we turn tradition into a feast and every meal is an adventure. Today we're going big, roasting an entire lamb on a spit right here in the heart of nature. Get ready for a dish packed with smoky, tender flavors and centuries-old traditions. If you love bold flavors and mesmerizing outdoor cooking, you're in for a treat. Spring is finally here, and what better way to welcome it than with a grand feast. The birds are singing, the grass is turning lush, and the crisp mountain air is filled with the promise of warmth. And in our home, the best way to celebrate the changing seasons is through food. Stick around, this is going to be unforgettable. Why cook lamb on a spit? Because it's a tradition that stretches back through generations. Spit roasting allows the meat to cook evenly, sealing in those rich juices while the flames kiss the outside, creating a crispy, golden crust. This method has been used by Azerbaijani shepherds and hunters for centuries. Food cooked like this isn't just a meal, it's a story of heritage. Look around, springtime in the mountains is nothing short of magic. The trees are waking up, the rivers run clear, and the land breathes with new life. Cooking in this setting makes every dish taste better, and trust me, this lamb is about to become a masterpiece. Before we get started, let's take care of the true king of the house, our furry friend. Watching him wag his tail as he enjoys his treat reminds me of life's simple joys. Good food, good company, and a loyal companion. What else does a man need? Now on to the serious work. Removing the entrails is an essential step, and while it may not be the most glamorous part of cooking, it's crucial. Back in ancient times, Azerbaijani nomads would use every part of the animal. Nothing went to waste. The spit roasting technique itself has been passed down for generations, ensuring that every bite is packed with flavor and respect for the land. Lamb fat is a game changer. It adds an irresistible depth of flavor, melting into the meat as it roasts, giving it that signature richness. This is the secret behind the mouth-watering juiciness of traditional Azerbaijani lamb dishes. A good cook needs good tools. As I slice through this lamb, I can't help but appreciate the precision of a high-quality knife. If you want to bring the same finesse to your kitchen, check out our online shop. We've got top-tier knives, cutting boards, and more to make cooking effortless and enjoyable. Don't waste a second, just scan the QR code and explore our collection. With the lamb prepped, it's time for my wife to work her magic on a marinade that will take this dish to the next level. A good marinade isn't just about seasoning, it's about infusing every fiber of the meat with flavor, ensuring each bite is an explosion of taste. For this marinade, we're using a mix of fragrant spices: paprika for a smoky depth, turmeric for warmth, black pepper for a gentle heat, salt to enhance everything, and fresh lemon juice to brighten it up. Watching my wife work, I can't help but admire her skill. She rubs the marinade in with her hands, ensuring every inch of the lamb is covered. Cooking with your hands connects you to the food, and she has a special gift, an instinct for knowing exactly how much of each ingredient to use. Over the years, I've learned so much from her, and I'm grateful for every lesson. Living in this peaceful village, surrounded by nature, with my incredible wife and our dogs, I often remind myself how lucky I am. These simple pleasures, cooking together, sharing a meal, appreciating life, are what truly matter. And the beauty of cooking? You can always add your own creative spin. Like this spit roasted lamb, we're taking an ancient tradition and making it our own. Now let's get the spit inside the lamb and tie the legs properly. This part is crucial. If we don't secure it well, the lamb won't cook evenly. Time to get this fella spinning. Let's get that fire roaring and let the magic begin. Watching this lamb turn slowly over the fire, I already know, Giddy, we're in for an absolute feast. If you're loving this so far, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. We've got plenty more culinary adventures ahead. Now tell me, what are you thankful for in life? Like I said, I cherish cooking, family, and good food. What about you? Let me know in the comments. While the lamb roasts, my wife is preparing something special, boiling and preserving the lamb's tail fat. It's a traditional practice, and lamb fat is packed with nutrients. Some love it, some don't. But for an authentic taste, it's a must. Lamb tail fat is considered a delicacy in Azerbaijan. People use it in soups, stews, and even for frying. It gives dishes a distinctive, rich flavor that's hard to replicate. Find us on Instagram for more cooking and village scenery. Finally, we got some time for tea time. There is something about a cup of hot tea, enjoyed in good company, that makes life feel complete. Springtime for Azerbaijani people means Nowruz, our New Year celebration. It's a time of renewal, joy, and of course, delicious feasts. This is why the arrival of spring is so cherished and anticipated in Azerbaijan. As the lamb roasts slowly, filling the air with its irresistible aroma, we're not stopping there, because no feast is complete without a side dish to complement the main star. That's why we're preparing a sample, yet deeply flavorful grilled vegetable salad. Fresh tomatoes, eggplants, and bell peppers, each of them kissed by fire, their skins charring beautifully, sealing in the smoky sweetness. The true magic happens when the heat transforms these humble vegetables. The flames unlock their deepest flavors, making them tender, juicy, and infused with that signature smoky taste. If you've never tried a fire-roasted vegetable salad, let me tell you, you're in for something special. The slight bitterness of charred eggplant, the sweetness of roasted peppers, and the juicy tang of tomatoes all come together in a harmony of textures and tastes. Grilled vegetable salads have long been a staple in the Caucasus region, especially in Georgia, where they're often enjoyed alongside kebabs and other grilled meats. There's something primal about cooking over an open flame, something that connects us to our ancestors who prepared their meals much the same way centuries ago. Of course, no salad is complete without garlic, the unspoken hero of flavor. Just a little of this fragrant bulb has the power to bring everything together, binding the vegetables with its bold, slightly spicy kick. It's like the secret handshake of good food. It lingers, it enhances, and it makes sure every bite leaves a lasting impression. Now we add the final touches, fresh herbs. A handful of chopped cilantro and parsley, bursting with color and aroma, giving the salad that fresh, herbaceous lift. A drizzle of olive oil, a squeeze of lemon juice, and just a pinch of salt to enhance every natural flavor. Speaking of which, our lamb is finally ready. Just look at that glistening, crispy skin stretched taut over the tender, juicy meat inside. The golden brown crust achieved through hours of slow roasting is like a promise of the rich, smoky flavors waiting within. The fat has rendered beautifully, basting the meat with its natural juices, ensuring that every bite is meltingly soft and infused with deep, roasted goodness. Cutting into it is pure satisfaction. The knife glides effortlessly through the layers of crisped skin, succulent meat, and marbled fat. The juices escape, sizzling as they hit the heat, sending up one last burst of that intoxicating aroma. Finally, we gather around the table, plates loaded with lamb, fragrant rice pilaf, and our smoky vegetable salad. Good food, good company, and the quiet satisfaction of knowing that every step of this journey, from preparation to the final bite, was worth it. The first bite is everything we hoped for. The lamb is rich and buttery, with a depth of flavor that only hours of slow roasting can achieve. The smoky char of the vegetables, the bright acidity of the lemon, and the lingering warmth of the spices all come together in perfect harmony. And with that, dear friends, our feast comes to an end. But before we go, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell us, what's your favorite way to celebrate with food? Until next time, from our village to your home, happy cooking and take care. Greetings, wonderful people. Here comes the jolliest season of the year, when every sunrise is accompanied by the heavenly chirping of birds, and the first sun rays spread themselves across the vast landscape as if stretching their hands to embrace the earth. It's spring, my friend, and let's celebrate its arrival the Azerbaijani way. When the last cold month counts its final days and March slowly approaches, every true Azerbaijani anticipates one of the most revered national holidays, a holiday that our ancestors celebrated as the coming of the new year. Nowruz, the Persian New Year, is celebrated in many countries across the Middle East, Central Asia, South Asia, and parts of the Balkans. This episode means a lot to us since we want to show you the beauty of this special holiday for people who share the same cultural heritage. And Nowruz has an incredible uniting force, holding the same cultural significance as Christmas in the Western world. You're going to learn about various national customs, and some will certainly surprise you. Make sure you've found the coziest place in your house as we venture on a journey across the globe and through history. Let's begin with the basics. Nowruz, meaning New Day, is an ancient festival rooted in Zoroastrian traditions. This holiday is renowned for its abundance of customs and rituals. Before Nowruz, families deep clean their homes, or as people used to call it, shaking the house. It symbolizes getting rid of old energies and making space for renewal and prosperity in the new year. New clothes, furniture, and decorations are often purchased. In Azerbaijan, Nowruz Bayramı, is one of the most important and cherished holidays. Before Nowruz, the 4 Tuesdays leading up to the holiday are dedicated to the 4 elements. Su Çarşambası, Water Tuesday, symbolizes purification and the beginning of life. Od Çarşambası, Fire Tuesday, represents warmth and the triumph of light over darkness. Yel Çarşambası, Wind Tuesday, symbolizes the coming of spring and change. Toprak Çarşambası, Earth Tuesday, signifies fertility and growth. On each Tuesday, families light candles, jump over bonfires, and make wishes for the new year. I remember, as kids, we eagerly awaited the arrival of each Tuesday. Surely one of the main reasons back then was the opportunity to jump over the bonfire. People jump over bonfires while reciting, "May my pain and sorrow stay in the fire." In Persian tradition, the haft-seen table is a key tradition of Nowruz. Haft-seen is a festive table that includes 7 symbolic items starting with S in Persian. Each item represents different aspects of life, like rebirth, health, protection, and patience. Azerbaijan has its own version of the haft-seen table called koncha, which includes samani, candles, eggs, traditional pastries, mirrors, coins, and painted eggs. Baklava and shekerbura, which my wife is currently preparing, are among the key elements of koncha. The golden jewels of the table, whose enticing aroma greets guests at the doorstep, have a golden brown glow that reflects the lamplight, symbolizing the very essence of this holiday, the renewal of the life cycle. Another star of the festive table is shorgogol, which you'll see there as well. Shorgogol is a round-shaped, flaky pastry with anise, fennel seed, cumin, cinnamon, turmeric, salt, and pepper. It has solar symbolism. Its round shape and cheerful yellow color are inspired by the life-giving sun. However, the most important part of koncha is samani, a sprouted wheat. If you're wondering what it looks like, Google it or wait until we set the festive table. Samani is made from sprouted wheat or lentils and grown a few weeks before Nowruz. This lush green grass is usually placed at the center of the table, embodying rebirth, fertility, and the coming of spring. The key signature of samani is a red ribbon tied around it for luck. On the last day of Nowruz, samani is released into a river or garden to symbolize letting go of the past. What a meaningful and graceful act. I am truly honored and proud of being Azerbaijani and sharing these customs with my ancestors across generations. You feel a sense of belonging to the past and present, passing these beliefs to future generations. As I get older, I value the importance of national heritage more. It's the voice of our grandparents and parents. They speak to us through these customs and traditions. When it comes to shekerbura and baklava, the filling must be done properly, ensuring that you've added enough nuts, sugar, and other essential ingredients to achieve the perfect balance of flavor. The dough for shekerbura is another crucial part of the process. It must be soft, pliable, and perfectly kneaded to create that melt-in-your-mouth texture. One of the most distinctive features of shekabura is its signature shape and ornamentation. Azerbaijani people craft these intricate patterns using tweezers, and having sharp, pointed tweezers is essential for creating well-defined lines. A final, yet very important detail: shekabura should remain pale even after baking. The delicate color is part of its traditional appeal and signifies the authenticity of the preparation process. While I am initiating you into the secrets of the Nowruz celebration, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and hit the bell icon. In the solemn silence of the wind and the rustling leaves, my wife stands alone, immersed in these centuries-old traditions. Her hands move gently over the surface of each shekabura, pinching the dough and leaving a mark of commitment to her roots. Her mother's hands, her grandmother's, and even her great-grandmother's worked in the same manner, carrying on a legacy woven into each delicate pattern. This is a true work of art. It seems as if her soul has been imprinted in every intricate ornamentation. As I mentioned before, children are the ones who adore this holiday the most, and who wouldn't? The tables are brimming with delicious dishes, an array of sweets is laid out, and the air is filled with songs and laughter. There's the joy of jumping over bonfires and, of course, the egg-cracking game. Oh, I almost forgot to mention that one, mate. If you ever find yourself in an Azerbaijani household during Nowruz, you'll notice beautifully painted eggs decorating the table. They symbolize fertility and the renewal of life. After the meal, we play a traditional game called egg cracking. The rules are simple. 2 players each take a boiled egg and tap them together, tip to tip. The goal is to crack your opponent's egg while keeping yours intact. The winner is the one whose egg remains unbroken. Some people believe that the person with the unbroken egg will have good luck and strength throughout the year. You see that the shekaburas have hardly changed their color. That's what we needed. Now let's arrange them in a circular shape, a symbol of life's cyclical nature and its inevitable transformations. Spring is the turning point, a time when nature renews itself and everything starts afresh. If you're wondering how to stay connected with us beyond our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram. There, you'll get an even closer look at our daily lives, traditions, and behind-the-scenes moments. From the ingredients spread across the table, you can already guess what my wife is about to cook. Of course, it's shah pilaf. We can't go a day without pilaf, let alone celebrate Nowruz without traditional Azerbaijani shah pilaf. Now let me test you. What do we need to make the perfect shah pilaf? If you've been watching our episodes, you should know the answer by heart. Write your guesses in the comment section below without looking at the table. Let's see who the true fans of Faraway village are. Another way to show your dedication is by adding one of our handmade knives to your cooking arsenal. If you don't have one yet, it's time to treat yourself and your kitchen. Scan the QR code and take home a pair of handcrafted socks, lovingly knitted by my wife. Traditionally, shah pilaf is made with lamb, but other meats are acceptable too. However, one thing remains essential. You need a cut with a good amount of fat. Fat is key in pilaf as it helps the rice become perfectly fluffy and rich in flavor. What truly sets shah pilaf apart from other pilafs is its stunning presentation, resembling a dome-shaped treasure chest, or better yet, a castle filled with wonder. Encased in a golden, crispy lavash or flatbread, it holds within its layers of fragrant rice, succulent meat, and a luscious, sweet, savory sauce. Dreaming about pilaf is a wonderful thing, but taking care of your household is just as important. I enjoy both. One brings happiness to my mind, the other nourishes my soul. If you're enjoying this journey into traditional Azerbaijani cuisine, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave a comment, and ring the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Now it's time to start making the sauce. First, make sure your pan is preheated to exactly 130 degrees Celsius. This temperature is crucial. It allows the onions to caramelize perfectly, turning golden and releasing their natural sweetness. Once they soften and develop a deep golden color, take them out and set them aside in a separate bowl. Meanwhile, the lamb will be cooked separately. This method allows the meat to retain its rich, juicy flavors without absorbing excess sweetness from the sauce. Let's toss some chestnuts onto the hot pan and listen as their shells crack open, releasing their buttery richness. Each nut hisses and pops, releasing a smoky, caramelized aroma that curls into the air like the whisper of an old story. This ritual of patience is a silent promise. Every second spent tending to the fire will transform into layers of flavor that make the final dish unforgettable. Now, the plums. Roasting them separately isn't just technique, it's respect, allowing every ingredient to shine before they all come together in a symphony of taste. The moment of union arrives. Each roasted element, apricots, onions, raisins, chestnuts, joins the tender, spice-kissed meat in a slow, bubbling embrace. They mingle, merge, whisper secrets of past feasts to one another. This is where the magic happens, where flavors intertwine like old friends reunited, their edges softening as their essence melds into the broth, creating something greater than the sum of its parts. Outside, the children's laughter is a melody of spring. They take turns in the ancient egg game, knocking their painted shells together with careful precision, their excitement bubbling over as the unbroken eggs emerge victorious. This game, passed from one generation to the next, is a small but sacred ritual of renewal and joy. Mastering Shah Pilaf is no small feat. It is a rite of passage, an unspoken challenge that every Azerbaijani cook must conquer. The rice, parboiled to perfection, tender but firm, must never clump or surrender to mush. The lavash must be golden, crisp yet pliable, a delicate throne upon which the pilaf will rest. And the flavors? A delicate negotiation of saffron's floral luxury, the earthiness of lamb, and the bright bursts of dried fruit. This is an heirloom, a piece of history plated with care. My wife approaches the rice with the precision of an artist. She parboils it just right, soft on the outside, resilient at its core. In Shah Pilaf, each grain matters. They must stand apart like tiny white pearls, ready to catch the golden kiss of saffron. In this dish, rice is not an afterthought. It is the stage, the canvas, the silent hero. The water drains away, taking excess starch with it, leaving behind only the purest grains. This small, deliberate step is what separates perfection from mediocrity. It is what ensures that the pilaf will be light, airy, and fragrant. Now the butter melts into liquid gold, its richness seeping into every pore of the lavash. It perfumes the air with the promise of something indulgent, something that will linger on the tongue long after the last bite is taken. The lavash enters the pot, absorbing the butter like parchment, drinking ink. This is no mere base. It is the foundation, the crisp embrace that will cradle the pilaf, locking in its warmth and flavour until the moment of unveiling. While the pilaf takes shape, another project is unfolding. My greenhouse. A dream in the making, a promise of year-round herbs and vegetables nurtured by my own hands. There is something deeply fulfilling about growing your own food, watching the cycle of life unfold in miniature, knowing that what you harvest will nourish both body and soul. The first layer of rice settles in, followed by a generous scatter of the fruit and meat mixture. The layering begins, each addition a new note in a rising crescendo of flavour. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. This is a gentle reminder for you to keep connected with us. Now the saffron water, a cascade of molten gold seeping into the rice, igniting it with colour and aroma. It is a simple act, yet it transforms the entire dish, elevating it into something almost regal. The final fold, the moment of trust, we wrap the pilaf and send it into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The magic will happen. The lavash will turn crisp and golden, sealing within it all the layers of history, culture, and celebration. Meanwhile, my wife roasts wheat, gorga, the scent of history and heritage filling the kitchen. This simple, nutty treat, a kind of symbol of prosperity for the year to come. The greenhouse stands as a testament to patience. Fresh produce year-round isn't just about convenience, it's about connection to the land, to time itself, to the quiet rhythm of nature's cycles. With every sprouting leaf I feel a quiet triumph, a small victory against the limits of seasons. We saved the egg painting for the end. My wife prepares coriander, readying it for a dyeing technique that will leave delicate, ghostly patterns on the shells, like lacework pressed into the smooth curves of each egg. She boils onion skins, extracting an amber-hued dye, deep and earthy, a colour stolen from autumn leaves and held in water. Each egg is wrapped in gauze, herbs pressed against its surface before being lowered into the dye. The boiling water coaxes out intricate designs, the herbs leaving behind their imprint, each egg an individual masterpiece, a piece of living tradition. The eggs emerge transformed. Their surfaces bear delicate botanical tattoos, each one unique. The children, inspired by the festivities, build a bonfire. The flames flicker, wild and alive, casting soon dancing shadows against the night. We watch as they jump over the fire, laughing, their silhouettes momentarily swallowed by the glow. It gives me such a nostalgic feeling of old days when I played around the bonfire at my parents' yard. The table is set. A red ribbon ties the centerpiece together, the colors, the scents, the warmth. It is a tableau of Nowruz, a feast of rebirth. The samani is placed, surrounded by bright eggs, golden sweets and fruits. This little oasis embodies a silent hope for abundance, for a year rich in love and fortune. The greenhouse too takes shape, a labour of love, a structure built not just for plants, but for a future of self-sufficiency, of homegrown bounty, of a life intertwined with the land. And now, the grand unveiling. The Shah Pilaf emerges, a golden dome, flawless, glistening under the light, its crust crisp, its scent intoxicating. This is the true crown of the table, the culmination of patience, skill, and tradition. The concha is complete. It is a feast, but it is also a story, a celebration captured in scent and taste. Let's delve into the taste of history and the taste of home. Words are useless here. The only thing that matters is our heartbeats that tuned with the melody of this great holiday. Our dear friends, I hope you enjoyed this episode and learned about Nowruz enough to share with your friends. You now understand why this is more than a festival. It is a promise, a tribute to renewal, to family, to the eternal cycle of life. And as we gather, we celebrate not just the turning of the seasons, but the moments that make us who we are. Until next time, our people. Greetings, our great fans and dear friends. Life in our village starts early, brimming with energy and endless discoveries. Today, we're about to embark on a brand new cooking experience. Can you guess what it is? Do you have even the slightest clue about the show-stopping recipe we've got for you? Buckle up, pay close attention, and keep your ears open. Before we dive into this feast, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and smash that like. It's the best way to stay updated on more mouth-watering recipes and epic cooking techniques. All right, let's roll. Whenever we take a stroll through the forests or open fields, we recognize many of the herbs we see in grocery stores. But some wild edible plants rarely make it to supermarket shelves, like wild garlic or nettles. One of the greatest perks of village life is that nature's bounty is just an arm's length away. Grab your basket and head to the hills, where the grassy fields are brimming with nature's gifts. Jealous of what we've got here? No need to be. You can bring a piece of Faraway village into your kitchen by visiting our online shop. From high-quality, sturdy knives to warm, cozy socks hand-knitted by my wife, there's something special for everyone. Snatch up your phones and scan the QR code. You're just one step away from bringing village charm into your home. How many of you have ever eaten nettles? And how many of you thought they weren't edible at all? Let's bring these two sides together. Nettles are absolutely edible, though the stems aren't. Be cautious when handling them, but don't let their sting fool you. For centuries, nettles have been used in food, herbal medicine, dyes, and textiles. Their taste resembles spinach, but is wilder, with a bright, invigorating green note that wakes up your senses. Nettles have a long history, not just in the kitchen, but in medicine and textiles. Before they were widely consumed, they were used to make fabrics. For instance, during World War II, children in Britain were encouraged to collect nettles, which were then processed into dark green dye. Germany also turned to nettle-based fabrics during a textile shortage in wartime. Even further back, Europeans and Native Americans wove nettle fibers into sailcloth, sacking, cordage, and fishing nets, proving that this humble plant has long been an essential part of human history. But nettles are perhaps best known for their medicinal properties. A traditional remedy for blood circulation, some cultures used fresh nettles to stimulate the skin and improve blood flow. For thousands of years, they have been used to treat ailments ranging from arthritis to comas. I was stunned when I saw the long list of medical conditions nettles have been used for. Lethargy, paralysis, asthma, high blood pressure, even acne. Although they can sting when fresh, cooking or soaking nettles removes their sting, making them a perfect addition to soups, sauces, pastas, or even sautéed as a side dish. To enhance the nettle's rich flavour, my wife will be adding wild garlic. With its peppery zing, wild garlic takes the dish from good to unforgettable. While my wife works her magic in the kitchen, I'm rolling up my sleeves for a bit of gardening. Someone's got to do it, right? This beauty in our yard is the result of my weekly efforts. Gardening is my second passion after cooking. Both are meditative activities, hands-on work that clears the mind and allows you to enjoy simple pleasures, whether it's kneading dough or digging into the soil. I'm repotting these flowers because their roots need more space to grow. A bigger pot with fresh soil will provide better nutrients and drainage. From the kitchen to the garden, we always strive to give the best care. Now let's get back to the kitchen and see what my wife is up to. She's done the most important part of prepping the nettles. Now she can chop them finely. It's incredible how rich and diverse our village flora is. We can find nearly every plant or herb we need. A good cup of mint tea helps soothe digestion before dinner. Mint is known for relaxing the stomach muscles and reducing bloating, making it the perfect digestive aid. It's great to spend time together here, but it's even better to stay connected daily. Follow Faraway Village on Instagram for a dose of joy, beautiful scenery, and exclusive recipes. We've had a nice break, but now comes the key moment, learning how to cook this seemingly dangerous plant. We start by sautéing onions in butter to unlock their sweet, umami-rich flavor. The caramelized onions balance the slightly bitter and pungent notes of nettles. Next, we add wild garlic, which brings a garlicky punch with a subtle, peppery and grassy undertone, elevating the dish's depth and complexity. And now the star of the show steps into the spotlight. We let the nettles wilt and soften, melding with the onions. This process takes around 5 minutes, ensuring their flavors blend harmoniously before adding the eggs. The nettles have wilted down beautifully. Now we season them and add the next key ingredients. Eggs! Nothing beats a creamy, fluffy omelette enriched with nettles. They add an earthy, slightly nutty taste while enhancing the dish's overall nutrition. Enjoyed this recipe? Don't miss out on more. Hit that subscribe button and like the video to stay updated with our latest cooking adventures. This green goodness smells incredible. It has the depth of spinach, but with nuttier, earthier notes that make it truly unique. To complete this dish, we'll serve it with a creamy garlic sour cream sauce. The tanginess of sour cream balances the herbal richness of nettles, while the garlic deepens the overall flavor. This dish is packed with history, nutrition, and bold flavors. Try it yourself and let us know how you like it. Thank you for joining us today at Faraway Village. Until next time, happy cooking. This is how we stuff the stomach in the village of Azerbaijan. We cook and live in the mountains. Greetings from our quiet corner of the world. Out here, the seasons decide our day, and the fire never truly goes out. Life is simple, but never dull. There is always something to cook, something to share. Today, we are making stuffed stomachs, an old dish, the kind that holds the wisdom of those who came before us. Every part used, nothing wasted. Slow cooked, rich and full of warmth, just the way it should be. So let's dive in and bring the magic of ancestral cooking into life. Before we start mastering today's recipe, make sure to subscribe to our channel and like the video. This is a must-do at the beginning of every video. Stay connected and never miss a new recipe. Alright, first of all, we need to clean the stomach thoroughly, scrubbing away all impurities and any unwanted odor. My wife has already cleaned it once, but we still need to rinse it under water to ensure it's completely spotless. After soaking the stomach in hot water, it becomes much easier to remove that thin grey membrane known as the mucosal layer. This layer can trap impurities and contribute to a strong smell, so scrubbing it off is an essential step for a clean and flavorful dish. Now that the stomachs are properly cleaned, we need to let them soak in water mixed with lemon juice. This step is crucial. It helps to neutralize any lingering odors and gives the stomach a fresher, milder taste. Historically, people have been cooking stomachs for centuries. The earliest records trace back to ancient civilizations, where no part of the animal was wasted. In medieval Europe, stomach-based dishes like haggis in Scotland and tripe stews in France and Spain became culinary staples. In the East, similar traditions evolved, incorporating rich spices and slow cooking to enhance flavor. Different cultures have their own unique ways of preparing and using stomach in cooking. In Italy, tripe is slow cooked with tomatoes and herbs to make trippa alla romana, while in Mexico it's transformed into a hearty and spicy soup called menudo. In China, beef stomach is often stir-fried or served in hot pots, absorbing bold and aromatic spices. Meanwhile, in Turkey and the Caucasus, stuffed stomach dishes like kash are beloved for their deep, comforting flavors, especially during the cold months. No matter where you go, this humble ingredient has found a place in kitchens across the world, proving that every part of an animal can be turned into something delicious. In Azerbaijan, we have a deep appreciation for slow-cooked, hearty dishes, and stuffed stomach is no exception. We traditionally fill it with a mixture of minced meat, onions and spices, then let it simmer for hours until it reaches perfection. Over the slow cooking process, the meat releases its rich juices, allowing the flavors to meld beautifully inside the stomach lining, creating a dish that is both tender and deeply infused with aromatic spices. Some regions also add dried herbs like coriander and dill for an extra layer of earthiness. Once fully cooked, the dish is often served with a side of pickled vegetables or garlic-infused yogurt to balance out the richness. Now, as my wife prepares the filling, she carefully combines minced meat with finely chopped onions, tomato paste, and rice. This combination is key. The onions bring sweetness and depth, the tomato paste adds a slight tanginess and vibrant color, while the rice helps absorb all the juices as the dish cooks, giving the filling a rich, cohesive texture. The result? A hearty, flavor-packed stuffing that makes each bite incredibly satisfying. Some variations even include a touch of sumac or dried mint to enhance the taste with a hint of tartness. The beauty of this dish is in its balance. Each ingredient contributes to a comforting and unforgettable flavor. By the way, if your Instagram feed needs a refreshing change, we've got just the thing for you. Follow us at Faraway Village to bring a daily dose of village life, traditional cooking, and heartwarming moments straight to your screen. Get inspired by authentic recipes, behind-the-scenes glimpses, and the beauty of rural living right at your fingertips. Simply like this, one after another, they will be filled with meat, forming these cute little bowls loaded with meaty goodness. The process of making them is quite similar to traditional Azerbaijani dolma, stuffed cabbage leaves or vegetables. But the stomach isn't only used in cooking. For centuries, different cultures have found various uses for it. In some regions, it has been used as a natural casing for cheeses or to store liquids like milk. Shepherds in remote areas historically dried and repurposed stomachs as water carriers during long journeys. Its unique texture and durability made it an invaluable multi-purpose resource long before modern storage solutions existed. Alright, let's place them in the water and let them boil. As they simmer, the flavors will meld together, allowing the minced meat, onions, tomato paste, and rice to absorb the richness of the broth. Meanwhile, we'll sip on our tea, waiting impatiently for the dish to be ready. While we're enjoying our tea, make sure you've subscribed to our channel and hit that like button. You wouldn't want to miss more delicious recipes like this. Whenever we sit and have tea like this before dinner, I like to take a moment to appreciate the warmth of the moment and the quiet anticipation of the meal ahead. It's a small ritual, but one that makes the food taste even better. After all, good food isn't just about taste, it's about the experience, the company, and the memories we create around the table. Our stomach is cooked and ready to be served. Oh, the smell is irresistible. You can already tell it's been cooked perfectly, tender and juicy. The aroma of the slow-cooked meat, the spices and herbs. It's truly mouth-watering. Look at the inside, it's beautifully cooked. Just look at how tender the meat is, effortlessly pulling apart with the slightest touch. That perfect balance of flavors, each bite just melts in your mouth. The taste? It's an absolute symphony. You get the smoky notes from the slow-cooked meat, the savory depth from the herbs, and then the sour cream adds a cool, creamy finish that balances it all. It's comforting, indulgent, and satisfying in every way. Honestly, once you've tasted this, you'll want to make it again and again. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed this culinary journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a new recipe. Until next time, happy cooking. Greetings, everyone. From a cookbook worm to those who love the beautiful simplicity of village life. Inspired by the beauty of Azerbaijani traditions, I want to show you the essence, the staple dish of Azerbaijani cuisine, the monumental dish that graces every festive table in Azerbaijan. Ready? Let's set the ball rolling. Before we dive into the intricate details of this time-honored dish, make sure you hit the subscribe button and give the video a like. Let's start this journey on a high note. Now tell me, without thinking too much, which side dish accompanies almost every main course in Azerbaijan? Fluffy, nutty, sometimes mixed with dried fruits or herbs, white diamonds scattered beneath a savory, flavorful meat sauce? Yes, rice. In other words, our beloved pilaf. There are countless regional variations of pilaf in Azerbaijan. Sebzi pilaf, chicken pilaf, sour stew pilaf, nar pilaf, fish pilaf, bean pilaf. The list goes on. But today, we are making something truly special. A dish as grand as its name suggests, shah pilaf. And we are about to start making this masterpiece. Every step matters, from the selection of ingredients to the careful layering. This is no ordinary pilaf. This is a dish of royalty, a meal steeped in tradition and bursting with flavor. The golden lavash crust, the fragrant saffron-infused rice, the tender lamb, the bursts of dried fruit. Each component plays its role in crafting perfection. There is something almost ceremonial about making shah pilaf, and anticipation builds with every step. As my wife carefully cuts the lamb, let me tell you more about this legendary dish. Often considered the pinnacle of Azerbaijani culinary heritage, this saffron-infused rice dish, wrapped in golden lavash, carries centuries of history, blending Persian influences with the pastoral richness of the Caucasus. The origins of shah plov can be traced back to Azerbaijan's historical role as a crossroads of civilizations. For centuries, this region lay at the intersection of Persian, Turkic, and Caucasian cultures, each leaving an indelible mark on its cuisine. Pilaf itself, a broad term for rice-based dishes, has deep Persian roots, but in Azerbaijan, it evolved into something far more elaborate. The name Shah Pilaf, literally King's Pilaf, reflects its royal associations. This dish was once reserved for special occasions, lavishly served at the courts of khans, sultans, and nobility. Its defining feature, a crispy lavash crust encasing fragrant saffron rice, succulent lamb, and sweet bursts of dried fruits and nuts, was a mark of prestige. To serve shah plov was to demonstrate wealth and hospitality at its highest form. The making of shah plov consists of several careful steps. First, my wife lightly roasts the onions in melted butter, allowing them to turn golden and release their rich, savory aroma. She sprinkles in a bit of turmeric, deepening the color into that warm ochre shade that makes shah plov instantly recognizable. Once the moisture in the onions has simmered away, she sets them aside. Every ingredient in shah plov is cooked separately before being combined, ensuring each flavor shines on its own. Some variations include lamb or chicken layered within the rice for an even richer flavor profile. Now come the dried fruits, apricots, plums, chestnuts, and raisins, scattered over the rice like little jewels, adding layers of sweetness and texture. Mastering shah pilaf is a rite of passage for any Azerbaijani cook, requiring precision and patience. The rice must be parboiled to the perfect texture, the lavash must crisp up just right, and the balance of flavors, earthy from the lamb, floral from the saffron, and sweet from the dried fruits, must be carefully calibrated. The final step? Pouring saffron-infused water over the filling before wrapping everything in lavash and baking it to golden perfection. This dish has another advantage: it stays warm for hours, making it a favorite for weddings, dinner parties, and celebrations. Jealous of what's cooking here? No need to be. You can bring a piece of the Faraway village into your kitchen by visiting my online shop. Whether it's sturdy, high-quality knives for precision cutting or cozy, hand-knitted socks made by my wife, you'll find something special to add warmth to your home. Snatch up your phone and scan the QR code. You're just one step away from bringing village charm into your home. But what truly sets shah pilaf apart is its grand reveal. Unlike Persian cello or Uzbek pilaf, which are served in open mounds, shah pilaf arrives as a golden dome-shaped parcel, and when the crust is cut open, oh, that moment, a fragrant cloud of saffron, butter, and spices escapes, revealing the vibrant layers within, a dish fit for royalty and now for you. Lemon juice, just a splash, but trust me, it's a game changer. As my wife squeezes it over the mixture, the bright citrusy tang cuts through the richness of the butter and lamb like a ray of sunlight slicing through morning mist. It's the little touch that keeps everything from becoming too heavy, a zesty wake-up call to balance the deep, savory flavors. Now onto the rice, where the line between perfection and disaster is as thin as a single grain. My wife knows the secret: parboil, not overboil. The goal? Soft on the outside, firm in the center. We want each grain to stand proudly on its own, not collapse into a mushy union. After all, in shah plov, the rice isn't just a sidekick, it's the grand stage on which all other ingredients perform. If you're loving this, you'll want to follow us on Instagram. We share behind-the-scenes moments, village life, and the occasional kitchen mishap. Because let's be real, even the best of us sometimes drop a ladle into the pot. Join us there for more. Now my wife melts the butter, golden, fragrant, and richer than an oil tycoon. But this isn't just for taste, this is what turns the lavash into that crisp, golden shell. She brushes it onto each piece with the care of an artist painting a masterpiece, because in the world of shah plov, butter is both glue and magic. The first sheets of lavash go into the pot, sinking into the butter like a soft quilt laid over a warm bed. This isn't just a base, it's the throne upon which our plov will sit, soaking up all those glorious flavors while crisping to perfection. Now my wife lines the walls of the pot, carefully pressing the lavash into place. This step is like wrapping a precious gift. You want it snug even and with no gaps. because when the moment comes to unveil shah plov, it should emerge as a perfect golden dome, not a crumbling ruin. With the pot fully lined, it's time for the rice. Fluffy, fragrant, and light as a cloud, it cascades in like a snowfall of golden grains. A generous drizzle of saffron water follows, painting the rice in rich amber hues. If spices had a royal family, saffron would wear the crown. And now the heart of the dish, the mixture of dried fruits and lamb. Sweet, savory, tender. It's like a symphony of flavors, each note perfectly in tune. Another layer of rice goes on top, sealing the filling inside. It's almost like burying a secret, except this one will be uncovered in just a short while to everyone's delight. One last touch, another pour of saffron water to give it that final golden kiss. And then with the precision of a master craftsman, my wife folds the lavash over the top. The dome is complete. Now all that's left is to bake it until it emerges as a golden, crispy masterpiece, ready to steal the show. Now it's time for the grand journey. Into the oven it goes. The real magic begins now. We let it cook slowly, about 40 to 50 minutes, until the lavash turns into a golden, crispy shell, locking in all the flavors like a well-kept secret. Patience is key here. Shah pilaf isn't something you rush. Like all good things in life, it rewards those who wait. And while we wait, there's nothing better than a good cup of tea. To love village life in Azerbaijan is to wake to the scent of freshly baked tandir bread, its crust kissed by fire, still warm in your hands. It's in the rhythm of the morning, where tea simmers in a samovar, its steam curling into the crisp air, and the hum of a bustling kitchen means breakfast will be a spread of cheeses, honey, and herbs gathered just beyond the garden wall. Here, food is not just sustenance, but a quiet conversation between past and present. Plov glistening with saffron, dolma wrapped with care, each leaf carrying the weight of generations. Afternoons slip by in the shade of walnut trees where neighbors share stories over bowls of dovga, the tang of yogurt and fresh herbs lingering on the tongue. Well, let's check on our masterpiece, the moment of truth. And now the most crucial step, flipping the pot. One swift, confident motion. And if we've done everything right, what awaits us is a golden, perfectly shaped dome. Look at this. A flawless golden crust glistening under the light. Every edge crisp and inviting. It's like a royal crown, the true king of the table. The scent alone, rich, buttery, infused with saffron and the deep aroma of lamb, fills the air, making it nearly impossible to wait any longer. Sitting on the table, it looks like something straight out of a feast, fit for a sultan. But the best part, we're about to break it open to reveal the hidden jewel inside. The rice, each grain separate, glistening with saffron's golden hue, fragrant with butter and spices. There's no clumping, no overcooked mush, just perfectly cooked, airy grains, absorbing all the essence of the lamb and dried fruits. This is what makes shah plov so special. It's not just rice, it's an experience. The first bite is heavenly. The crispy lavash crackles, giving way to the rich, tender lamb, sweet bursts of dried apricots and plums, and that unmistakable warmth of saffron. And with that, another feast is complete. A dish that tells a story, a meal that brings people together, a tradition that lives on with every bite. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe, and as always, cook with heart, eat with joy, and cherish the moments shared around the table. Until next time in Faraway Village.